What is your China strategy? When you do business in China, one thing that you'll probably come across when you negotiate is the negotiating tactic of aggression, which I call angry gun. China is a country of scarcity, or certainly it has been in living memory a country of scarcity, shortage of food, certainly opportunities, and if you weren't connected, Guangxi, then opportunities were far and few between. What I refer to as the happy gun and angry gun is the habit often in tacit negotiations, these are small-scale negotiations, of using a lot of aggression between the two parties. For example, we had a maid in our Beijing office, a cleaning lady in our Beijing office a number of years ago, and on the weekend she was getting on a bus and she fell off and she broke her leg. On the Monday we got a phone call announcing that she wouldn't be coming into the office and in fact would be absent for about 6 weeks or so. Well, at that time, we had a British manager in the office, and he was thinking that maybe we should pay some compensation to show some empathy towards this lady. On the exact same day that we received the phone call and the Brit was contemplating compensation, a gentleman or a man walked in. Not really a gentleman, because he came in screaming, shouting, flailing his arms and slamming his fist against the table. He was the husband of that maid, that cleaning lady. The manager in our office, Mike, he came racing down to see what the story was, and through the translation with the receptionist, he was told that this was the husband and that he wanted money. He was very rude, very loud, and Mike wasn't too impressed by his behaviour. So the Brit, Mike, then said, well, how much money do you want? At which point the husband said, I want 800 renminbi, give it to me now, screaming and flailing his arms around. The British manager looked at his receptionist, said, yes, give him the money, and she took out 800 renminbi from the cash box, handed the money to the husband, and the husband walked away with a big grin. Success. He'd won the argument. Of course, we know the full story. The husband doesn't. The full story is that our British manager was contemplating giving 2,000 renminbi in compensation. But when that man, the husband, came in screaming and shouting and being rude and obnoxious, of course all empathy for that man and his wife disappeared, and he got exactly what he wanted, but he didn't get what he could have got. And that is what we call, certainly in our business, the angry gun. That is that, like the Wild West, if you've got only one gun, that is the angry gun. Every time you have a negotiation, you fire this angry gun and you're very demanding. Now, of course, it's always better in the Wild West to have two guns. And that's what we refer to as the happy gun and the angry gun. Going into a negotiation with the happy gun, shooting the happy gun would have changed the result of this husband's negotiation. Instead of getting 800 renminbi, which he thought would be a suitable sum, he would have walked out with 2,000 renminbi. So when you do negotiations in China, certainly on those small-scale negotiations, be aware that this aggressiveness, this fight or often insulting behaviour is quite common. Although when you do read books, and there's thousands of books on how to do business in China, I know I wrote one, a lot of them actually talk about how Chinese are very humble, how they prefer harmony and peacefulness, and getting angry is frowned upon. Well, that's actually very untrue in those one-to-one negotiations that you'll experience. So going into negotiation, be ready for the angry gun, but don't fall into the same trap yourself. Always be armed with two weapons, the happy gun and the angry gun.